Hey, what's happening, fellow Switch bargain hunters? It's James and Meier here at SwitchWatch. I hope you're having a fantastic week. Now, this series is all about finding the gems on the eShop. Now, there's loads of great games on sale at any one time, but to be honest, it's not a great place to shop. It's a bit hard to look around, and that's where we come in. We've done the hard work so that you don't have to. We cover the UK, EU, and US eShops, bringing you the best deals. So, without further ado, let's jump in and take a look at the best games on sale this week. Now, I'm kicking things off this week with XCOM 2. It's one of the very best strategy games ever, in my opinion, so I was very happy to get my hands on it, and it really doesn't disappoint. This is a tactical, turn-based, sci-fi epic that sees you fighting off aliens that overtook our home planet, and they won after the first one. The countless options, story, and challenging gameplay make this a must-have. In fact, it featured in our top Switch games of 2020 list, so with a massive 70% off right now, it's definitely a great time to pick this one up. Jordan, Juan, what about you guys? What are your picks this week?
Hey everyone, how you doing? It's Jordan here with my bargain of the week. As you can see, I'm kind of out and about right now. I'm in a little valley thingamabob. That's a technical term. But yeah, my bargain of the week. I'm going to go for Ys Origin. This is an action RPG in a very famous series, but it's more like a spin-off. It's not your usual type of Ys game. It's just full-on action, kind of dungeon crawling, and it's really good. It's really, really good. And on the eShop, it's currently 60% off. Very commendable. £7.20 in the UK and $8.08, if I remember correctly. I think I do. But yeah, it's well worth that price. Personally, I have it physically, and that wasn't too pricey. But at this eShop price, you cannot go wrong with it. If you like a little bit of action RPG, yeah, you can't go wrong with it. So yeah, that's my bargain of the week. I hope you have a good one. I'm just going to enjoy this mountains, valley thingamabob. Have a good one.
Thank you very much, James. My pick this week is Civilization 6. This is a glorious journey through the age of man from the Stone Age right up until the spacefaring future, and it's right at home on the Switch, either docked or on the move. There's no better time sink on a sim game, and Civilization is right up there, earning a pretty good review for myself. If you want to watch that one, click on the top right hand corner now. This has 70% off. Cannot recommend it enough at this price. Take care, everybody. See you next week.
All right, lovely picks there, chaps. Now, VAMPYR is a gothic action RPG set in London during World War I and the Spanish flu epidemic. Dark times indeed. There is something appealing about vampires, their mythology, their supernatural powers, and their story. So it's a surprise that there just aren't that many great vampire games out there. In VAMPYR, you play as Dr. Jonathan Reed, a blood expert that gets turned. The story is engaging throughout, and it pivots around the struggle Dr. Reed faces as a doctor, someone sworn to help people, and his new urges and need as a vampire, tempted to feast on those same people. It's an ambitious title. It doesn't get it perfectly right, but is nevertheless riveting from start to end. I really did enjoy this one, and now it has a great 70% off. What a wonderful RPG this really is. Undertale is so imaginative that it won us over instantly. It's a world full of monsters, but utterly hilarious with some of the things that you can do, like dance with a robot or date a skeleton, or, well, just destroy everyone if you're feeling a little bit moody. Basically, you determine your future, and that makes this one a really must-have indie game. The Borderlands Legendary Collection packs a serious amount of content into one tasty open-world shooter package. You have the first game, the sequel, and Borderlands the prequel, plus most of the DLC content right at your fingertips. The Borderlands games combine linear missions with an open world, tons of shooting, and a vast amount of loot to go after. On the Switch, the game handles and performs well, so no disappointments there. And all in all, this is well over 100 hours, maybe even 200 hours of gunslinging that you can enjoy either solo, with friends locally, or together online. It's just a well-rounded package. The Switch has seen a real revival of point-and-click adventures with strong outings all over the place. Thimbleweed Park is one of my personal favourites, with its quirky humour that breaks down the fourth wall and its throwback to the X-Files, where you feel as though you are playing as Mulder and Scully, investigating the strange goings-on in the town of Thimbleweed Park. It's a brilliant little game with some tough but not outrageous puzzles. Wonder Boy The Dragon's Trap is a beautifully drawn and animated remake of the unforgettable Sega Master System game Wonder Boy 3. Cursed and turned into a half-human, half-lizard monstrosity by the Mecha Dragon, our hero will have to explore the many traps of Monsterland in order to find a cure. The game's developer, Lizard Cube, reverse-engineered the original game in order to faithfully replicate the character movements, item drop logic, secret door locations and much more. It's been recreated wonderfully and is really worth picking up. Northgard is a Norse-inspired RTS game that fills an underrepresented genre on the Switch. A lot of real-time strategy games don't port well onto consoles because of the fast-paced nature of them, which can be difficult to map to a controller. Thankfully here, the gameplay is a little bit slower, lending itself well to the Switch. The cartoon style is reminiscent of mobile phone games, which some will like and others won't, but the gameplay is solid, combining action, strategy and 4X simulation building like Civilization. It's engaging without being too heavy, making it well balanced for genre pros and those simply curious to try something new. In this game, it's basically the Matrix, but yes, you're the AI, you're the bad guy. Humanity is enslaved by an AI, and the twist is that that's you. In this game, you exploit puny humans to extract power and build your own empire. You'll have to keep track of them to make sure they don't succumb to exhaustion and hunger, although the weakest ones can always be thrown to the bioreactor. In other words, this is a resource management sim with roguelike elements, dramatic plot, and an abundance of pop culture references. As far as debut games go, this one is very, very ambitious. Nodding Head Games put a lot of love into this action-adventure game steeped in the mythology of the Indian subcontinent, and there is a lot to like here in this isometric game with excellent narration and presentation. The different skill trees and puzzles to solve are nice. It's over a little bit too quickly, but nevertheless, it's really a journey that is worth taking. Spaceland is a nice introduction to the strategy genre. Battles are quite short and everything is very accessible. That's not to say it's boring though. There's a light story, characters to recruit and strategy on hand. It's just all distilled down to its core essence. Taking control of a small squad of space marines and picking up different characters along the way, this is a nice, easygoing game that is certainly best enjoyed in short handheld bursts. Dungeon of the Endless mixes up tower defense, strategic gameplay, RPG roguelike elements, and it's a solid combination. The game trips over itself with a poor tutorial, but if you push through and get your head around the gameplay and its mechanics, there really is a decent game here to play and enjoy. And there you have it, folks. Thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you've enjoyed this video this week. We'll be back tomorrow with Jordan's roundup of the physical releases coming out next week. And let us know in the comments down below what game takes your fancy. Until then, take care.